Welcome to my channel. Subscribe, listen, and enjoy my stories every day. I had always prided myself on being an attentive husband, the kind who remembers anniversaries, brings home flowers for no reason, and takes my wife, Samantha, out for spontaneous dinners. But lately, a cloud of doubt had begun to overshadow our seemingly perfect life. It all started one ordinary evening. Samantha had just come home from work, and as she walked through the door, I was greeted by an unfamiliar, intoxicating scent. It wafted through the air like a whisper, and I felt a knot tighten in my stomach. The fragrance was exquisite, floral with undertones of something deeper, almost seductive. It was an expensive perfume, the kind I would definitely remember if I had given it to her. "Wow, you smell amazing," I said, trying to mask my unease with a smile. "Thanks. I bought it on a whim," she replied, twirling a strand of her hair around her finger. She seemed blissfully unaware of my growing concern. But a quick glance at our recent bank statements told a different story. There was no record of any purchase that could explain this scent. My instincts kicked in, and suspicions began to gnaw at me, driving me crazy. Days passed, and the unfamiliar perfume lingered in our home like an uninvited guest. Every time Samantha came near, I felt a wave of unease wash over me. Was she hiding something? My mind raced with possibilities, each more sinister than the last. I tried to brush it off, to rationalize it, but deep down, I knew something was off. One evening, I came home early from work, eager to surprise her with dinner. As I entered our bedroom, I noticed her phone buzzing on the bedside table. Normally, I wouldn't snoop, but an inexplicable urge compelled me to pick it up. The screen lit up, revealing a message that shattered my world. "Thank you for last night. I wish we could meet again." My heart raced, a mixture of shock and disbelief flooding my senses. I could hardly breathe as the realization hit me like a punch to the gut. Samantha was cheating on me. All the signs, the perfume, the late nights, the secretive phone calls, they all fell into place like pieces of a twisted puzzle. I felt a surge of anger rising within me. How could she do this to me? I had given her everything: love, support, and a life built together. I thought of all those evenings we shared, the laughter, the intimacy. In that moment, all of it felt like a lie. "Sam!" I shouted, my voice trembling with rage. She appeared in the doorway, her face a mixture of confusion and fear. "What's wrong?" she asked, her eyes darting to the phone in my hand. "You want to explain this?" I threw the phone onto the bed, the words burning on my tongue. Her expression shifted, and for a moment, I saw a flicker of guilt cross her face. "I can explain," she stammered, but the tears in her eyes felt insincere. "No. I don't want to hear your excuses," I replied, my voice steady despite the chaos inside. "You betrayed me, and I'm done being the fool." The anger bubbled over, but I took a deep breath. Revenge surged through my veins, a fierce desire to make her feel the pain she had caused me. I would ruin her life, just as she had chosen to ruin ours. Over the next few weeks, I planned my retribution. I reached out to her friends, carefully planting seeds of doubt about her fidelity, and I set the stage for our impending divorce. The more I plotted, the more exhilarated I felt. This was my way of regaining control. Samantha had no idea what was coming. I watched her every move, taking mental notes, waiting for the right moment to strike. Each time I saw her, I feigned normalcy, our conversations filled with pleasantries while I secretly prepared for her downfall. As the days turned into weeks, the tension between us grew palpable. The love that once filled our home had turned into a battlefield of deceit. And with every passing moment, I became more determined to see her life crumble, just as she had crumbled my heart. The moment of reckoning was approaching, and I was ready to unleash my wrath. In the end, Samantha would learn that betrayal has a steep price. Our lives would never be the same again, and I was prepared to ensure she paid every cent. The air in the house is thick with tension. Each day feels like I'm living a lie, pretending that everything is normal while my heart simmers with betrayal. I watch Samantha go about her routine, her laughter echoing through the hallways, and I can't help but feel the fury bubbling beneath my skin. It's a Friday evening, and I decide to confront her indirectly. I need her to slip, to expose her lies without me having to push too hard. I wait until after dinner, the remnants of a meal we shared under false pretenses still sitting on the table. I pour myself a glass of whiskey, the amber liquid burning my throat as I try to steel my nerves. Samantha, I begin, my voice casual, I was thinking we should do something fun this weekend. Maybe a little getaway. Just the two of us. She looks up from her phone, a hint of surprise on her face. That sounds great. Where do you have in mind? Her excitement makes my stomach churn. I thought maybe we could head to that cabin by the lake. Remember? The one we went to last summer. Her smile fades slightly as her gaze drifts back to her phone. Oh, right. I'll have to check my schedule. The hesitation in her voice is telling. She's already planning to meet him, I can feel it. I lean forward, trying to catch her eye. Come on, Sam. It's been a while since we've had a chance to unwind together. Just us. No distractions. She nods absently, the phone still glued to her hand. Sure, I'll look into it. I decide to push further. You know, I saw a post from Julie on social media. She mentioned how she saw you out last weekend with someone. Care to elaborate? The change in her demeanor is immediate. She goes rigid, the color draining from her face. What? That's ridiculous. I was at home all weekend, she stammers, her voice rising defensively. Were you? Because it sure sounds like someone else has a different story, I reply, my tone calm but laced with accusation. You've been acting strange lately, and it's getting harder to ignore. I'm not acting strange. You're just being paranoid, she snaps back, a flash of anger in her eyes. I can't believe you would accuse me of cheating. I take a deep breath, maintaining my composure despite the storm inside me. I'm not accusing you, Sam. I'm just asking for honesty. If there's something going on, I deserve to know. Nothing is going on. I swear, she retorts, her voice shaking slightly. You're being ridiculous. The tension crackles between us, and I can feel the truth hanging in the air like a noose. I need to press harder, but I also need her to feel comfortable enough to let something slip. Okay, fine. Let's just drop it for now, I say, leaning back in my chair, playing the part of the understanding husband. Samantha exhales deeply, her eyes darting to the phone again. I can see the flicker of guilt there, and it fuels my resolve. I'm determined to expose her, and soon. That night, I stay awake long after she falls asleep. I tiptoe into the living room, my mind racing with thoughts of revenge. My plan takes shape as I think of her friends, the ones she's confided in, the ones I can turn against her. I draft a message to Julie, one of Samantha's close friends. Hey, Julie. Can we talk? I need to ask you something about Sam. I hit send, my heart pounding. If she has been confiding in anyone, it's her. The next morning, I receive a reply. Sure. What's going on? Can we meet for coffee? It's important, I write back, feeling a surge of adrenaline. This is the first step in my plan to take back control. Later that day, I meet Julie at a cafe, my heart racing with anticipation. She arrives, her face lighting up with a smile that quickly fades when she sees my expression. What's wrong? She asks, concern etched on her features. I need to know if Samantha has been honest with me, I say, cutting straight to the chase. I've seen some things that suggest otherwise. Julie's eyes widen. What do you mean? I recount the perfume incident, the late nights, and my recent discoveries. As I speak, I can see the pieces clicking into place in her mind. I had a feeling something was off, she admits reluctantly. Sam hasn't been herself lately. She's been secretive. Did she say anything to you? About where she's been or who she's been with? I press, desperation creeping into my voice. No, she's kept everything close to her chest, Julie replies, her brow furrowing in thought. But I did see her texting someone a lot. I didn't think much of it, but it was definitely unusual. That revelation hits me like a ton of bricks. I know that whoever she's texting is significant, and I need to find out who it is. Do you think you could find out more? I ask, a new sense of determination filling me. I can try, Julie says cautiously. But I don't want to get involved in your marriage issues. I nod, understanding the delicate nature of the situation. I appreciate it, really. I just need to know the truth. As I head home, I feel a rush of adrenaline. Each step brings me closer to uncovering Samantha's betrayal. The plan for revenge begins to take shape in my mind, and I'm ready to execute it. The facade of our life together is crumbling, and soon enough, she will be exposed. That night, I prepare for the inevitable confrontation, knowing that the truth will soon come to light. And when it does, I will be ready to make her pay for every lie she has told. The game has only just begun. The weekend drags on, each hour feeling like an eternity as I wait for the right moment to confront Samantha. My mind races with thoughts of revenge, and I'm more determined than ever to uncover the truth. Julie has promised to dig deeper into Samantha's recent activities, and I'm anxious to hear what she finds. On Sunday evening, I find myself pacing the living room, my heart pounding with anticipation. Samantha is in the kitchen, humming to herself as she prepares dinner. The smell of sautéed vegetables fills the air, but it does nothing to quell the storm brewing inside me. Hey, I was thinking, I call out, trying to keep my tone casual. What do you say we invite some friends over for a little gathering tonight? A little distraction could be fun. She pokes her head out from the kitchen, her brow raised in surprise. That sounds unexpected. Who do you have in mind? Just the usual crowd. Julie and Mike, maybe a couple of others, I reply, keeping my voice steady. It could be a good way to unwind before the workweek starts. Samantha nods, her expression shifting to one of excitement. Sure. I'll text them. She disappears back into the kitchen, and I feel a flicker of satisfaction. This will be the perfect opportunity to lay my trap. As the evening approaches, I set the stage. I pour drinks, dim the lights, and play some soft music to create a relaxed atmosphere. When our friends arrive, I greet them with a smile, but my mind is focused on my plan. I need to gauge Samantha's reactions, see if she slips up. Hey, Sam. Glad you could make it. Mike booms as he enters, pulling Samantha into a bear hug. She laughs, but her smile doesn't quite reach her eyes. I catch a glimpse of something beneath her facade, a tension that simmers just below the surface. The night unfolds in a flurry of laughter and conversation. I keep a close eye on Samantha, observing her interactions with our friends. I notice her stealing glances at her phone, and each time it buzzes, a knot tightens in my stomach. Sam, why don't you tell us about that new perfume you've been wearing? Julie suddenly asks, her voice light and teasing. Samantha's face pales slightly, and I can see the gears turning in her head. Oh, it's just something I picked up. You know how it is, she replies, forcing a laugh. Yeah, but it's not just any perfume, I interject, trying to keep my tone playful but pointed. It smells expensive. I think we should all take a whiff and guess the brand. The tension in the room shifts, and I watch as Samantha's eyes dart between Julie and me, her mind racing. I really couldn't tell you. I just saw it and liked it, she stammers, her bravado faltering. Really? I ask, my tone dripping with feigned innocence. Because I could have sworn I saw you wearing something different the last time we went out. The group laughs, but I can see Samantha growing more uncomfortable. I can't resist pushing further. You know, I've always thought that a scent tells a story. What story does this one tell? Before she can respond, her phone buzzes again, and she quickly glances at it, her face going momentarily pale. I need to take this, she says, darting out of the room. As the door closes behind her, I turn to the others, my heart racing. What do you think? Does it seem like she's hiding something? Julie exchanges a glance with Mike, her expression uncertain. I mean, it's possible. She hasn't been the same lately, she admits. I just feel like I'm losing my mind, I say, pouring myself another drink. I need to find out who she's been talking to. Moments later, Samantha returns, and the atmosphere shifts. She forces a smile, but I can see the fear in her eyes. Sorry about that, she says, taking a seat and trying to regain her composure. What did I miss? Just a friendly debate about scents and memories, I say, my gaze steady on her. You know, the kind of conversation that could lead to some interesting confessions. The room laughs again, but Samantha's laughter feels hollow. I can sense her anxiety growing, and it makes me feel powerful. I've set my trap, and I'm ready for the next phase. As the night progresses, I decide to take a bold step. You know, I've been thinking, I say, my voice casual but firm. I think we should all play a little game. Truth or dare. The group chuckles, and I can see Samantha's unease deepen. Come on, it'll be fun. Let's start with something easy. Sam, truth or dare? I ask, locking eyes with her. Truth, she replies hesitantly. I lean in, lowering my voice as if sharing a secret. Have you been truthful with me lately? About everything. The laughter fades, and the room goes quiet. I watch as Samantha's expression shifts, her confidence cracking under pressure. Of course I have, she protests, but the way she shifts in her seat gives her away. Really? Because I've noticed some discrepancies lately, I challenge, my heart pounding with adrenaline. What discrepancies? She snaps back, her voice rising. You're being ridiculous. I can feel the tension in the air, thick and palpable. Well, for starters, there's that mysterious perfume. And then there's the fact that you've been distant. Care to explain? The room is silent, all eyes on her. She looks cornered, and for a fleeting moment, I feel a pang of guilt. But it quickly disappears as I remember the betrayal. I don't have to explain anything. Samantha retorts, anger lacing her voice. You're just trying to stir up trouble because of your own paranoia. Paranoia. I echo, my voice rising to match hers. Is that what you call it when you're caught in a web of lies? Enough, she shouts, standing up abruptly. I'm done with this. I can't believe you do this to me in front of our friends. The group shifts awkwardly, unsure of what to do. I remain seated, my heart racing. This is the moment I've been waiting for, the unraveling of her carefully crafted facade. Sam, if you have something to say, say it. I challenge, feeling the adrenaline surge through me. She stares at me, her expression a mix of anger and fear. You're making a fool of yourself. Am I? Or are you the one making a fool of yourself? I shoot back, my voice steady and unwavering. The silence stretches, and I can see the battle waging within her. She's on the verge of breaking, and I'm ready to push her over the edge. Just tell me the truth, Sam. Who have you been with? I demand, my heart pounding in my chest. Samantha hesitates, and in that moment, I know I've got her. The truth is about to come to light, and I'm ready to face the consequences of this confrontation. The atmosphere in the room is charged with tension, the air thick with unspoken accusations and simmering emotions. Samantha stands before me, her face flushed with anger and fear, as our friends exchange anxious glances. This moment is pivotal. One way or another, the truth will emerge. "Who have you been with, Sam?" I demand, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside me. It's time to stop the lies. She glares at me, the anger in her eyes fighting against the guilt that flickers beneath the surface. "You really want to go down this path?" she retorts, her tone sharp. "Fine. If you want to ruin this night, then so be it. Just say it," I challenge, refusing to back down. "Who is it?" She hesitates, and in that split second, I see the truth poised on the edge of her lips. But instead of confessing, she shifts the blame, her eyes narrowing as she fires back. "You're the one who's been acting crazy. Maybe you should look in the mirror." "Enough!" I shout, the frustration boiling over. "You think I don't see through your pathetic attempts to deflect? You're the one who's been unfaithful, and I have the evidence to prove it." Samantha's expression shifts, her bravado cracking. "Evidence? What evidence?" she scoffs, trying to regain control. But I can see the fear creeping in. "Funny you should ask," I say, my heart racing as I reach into my pocket. I pull out my phone and pull up the messages I've saved, screenshots that reveal her secrets. "How about these? Or is this just another figment of my imagination?" I tap the screen, and the messages flash before her eyes. "Thank you for last night. Can't wait to see you again." Her face pales, and the color drains from her cheeks as the reality sinks in. "What? You, how could you?" she stammers, the defiance leaving her voice. I knew something was off. "I had my suspicions, but I didn't want to believe it," I reply, my voice calm, almost cold. "But here we are, and now you have nowhere to hide." "I didn't mean for it to happen," she pleads, her tone shifting to desperation. "It was just a mistake." "Just a mistake." I echo, my voice dripping with sarcasm. "You think that justifies it? Do you even realize what you've done to us?" The room is silent, our friends watching in shock as the truth unfolds. "You've shattered everything we built together," I continue, my voice rising with each word. "You've betrayed me in the worst way possible, and now you expect me to just let it go." Samantha opens her mouth to respond, but I cut her off. "Save it. I don't want to hear your excuses. I'm done playing the fool." I turn to our friends, their faces a mix of concern and disbelief. This is who she really is. A liar, a cheat, and a coward. My voice rings with finality, and I can see the shift in the room. The tension has reached a boiling point. "Sam, I want you to leave," I say firmly, locking eyes with her. "I don't want to see you again." "What? You can't be serious," she exclaims, her voice rising in panic. "You can't just throw everything away." "Watch me," I reply, my tone unwavering. "You've already made your choice. Now it's my turn to make mine." As she stands there, frozen in shock, I can feel a sense of vindication wash over me. The weight of her betrayal is lifting, and I'm ready to move forward. But I'm not finished yet. "Since you decided to betray me, I think it's only fair that I ruin your little affair," I say, my voice low and dangerous. "I know exactly who you've been seeing." Samantha's eyes widen in horror. "You wouldn't dare." "Oh, I would," I reply, my expression cold. "You see, it's not just about you anymore. I want him to know what kind of person he's gotten involved with. I want him to see the real you." I reach for my phone again, this time dialing a number I had memorized from one of her text conversations. As it rings, I can see the panic in her eyes. "What are you doing?" she demands, desperation creeping into her voice. "Calling your lover," I say with a dark smile, waiting for the line to connect. Let's see how he reacts when he hears the truth. The phone picks up, and I hear a familiar voice on the other end. "Hello? Is this Adam?" I ask, my tone sharp. "I think you need to know something about Samantha." "What do you mean?" he replies, confusion evident. I don't waste a second. "Samantha is married. She's been lying to you, cheating on me, and you deserve to know the truth before you waste any more of your time on her." There's a pause on the line, then Adam's voice drops. "What the hell are you talking about?" "Meet me at the cafe on Main Street in 30 minutes, I say, hanging up before he can respond. I turn back to Samantha, satisfaction coursing through me. "Now we wait," I say, leaning back in my chair, watching as her face shifts from shock to horror. "You can't do this. You'll ruin everything," she screams, her voice breaking. I laugh, the sound cold and mirthless. "You've already ruined everything, Sam. This is just the final chapter of your little story." As the minutes tick by, I can see her visibly shaking, her bravado crumbling. I relish the power I hold over her, the knowledge that I'm about to expose her for the deceitful person she truly is. When the clock strikes, I head out, leaving the stunned silence of our living room behind. I make my way to the cafe, adrenaline coursing through my veins. This is the moment I've been waiting for. When I arrive, I spot Adam sitting at a corner table, his expression a mix of confusion and anticipation. I stride over, my heart pounding with anticipation. "Are you Adam?" I ask, my voice steady. He nods, wary but curious. "What do you want to tell me about Samantha?" I lean in, lowering my voice as I prepare to deliver the truth. "You deserve to know who she really is. She's been lying to you, cheating on me, and tonight, I'm here to make sure you see her for who she really is." "What are you talking about?" he presses, the tension rising. I pull out my phone and show him the messages, the same ones I had revealed to Samantha. I watch as his expression shifts from confusion to shock, and then to anger. "You're telling me this woman has been cheating on you?" he demands, his voice rising. "Yes," I reply, my voice cold. "And I'm here to make sure you know the truth before it's too late." As the reality sinks in, I can see the fury bubbling beneath his calm exterior. "I can't believe this," he says, his voice shaking. "I trusted her. And now you know the truth," I say, satisfaction washing over me. "Don't let her manipulate you like she did me." I watch as he processes the information, the rage building in his eyes. "I'm going to confront her," he declares, determination etched on his face. "Good luck," I say, the satisfaction settling deep within me. "Just remember, she's a master manipulator. Don't let her charm you into believing her lies." I leave him there, knowing that the chaos I've unleashed is far from over. As I walk away, I can feel the weight of the betrayal lifting, replaced by a sense of closure. Samantha and I are done. The love we once shared has turned into a battlefield, and I refuse to be the casualty of her deceit. I take one last glance back at the cafe, knowing that this is the end of our story. With every step I take away from that place, I feel the anger and pain fading, replaced by a newfound sense of freedom. I may have lost a part of myself in this betrayal, but I'm ready to rebuild. Samantha has made her choices, and now it's time for me to make mine. Our paths will never cross again, not after this. I've taken my revenge, and now I can finally walk away, free from the chains of her deceit.